Hey, it's Jonas with Classic Outdoors, and today we're going to do a shootout between the Old Town Sorrento 10.6 and 12 and the Access 10.6 and 12. Looking forward to showing them to you. Dagger and Old Town have kind of gone head to head looking at the multi-water series kayaks. All of these boats are equipped with Skags. They all have a fairly comfortable cockpit, but they're still on the wreck viewpoint, so they're still quite easy to use. Very safe and predictable hulls. We're going to dive into these boats looking at the seats, the characteristics of the hulls, and the special little features that each company's put into their kayaks. So here we can see how Dagger and Access is looking at the crossover series kayaks. Dagger's given us a retractable Skag, which is actuated near the seat of your kayak. Sorrento's moved theirs just a little bit further under deck with a little different blade design. Both of them going to perform very similar, helping us to get to our destination when we're on the flat water part of our trip without zigging and zagging all over the place. Going to be a real benefit. Both kayak brands have given us a nice self-recessing handle. Dagger's got a neat little plastic cover right here with a handle that recesses in and out. Dagger, on the other hand, is utilizing some shock cord, which is really visible and easy to see, which is also giving us a nice T-grip, easy carrying handle right there for our hands. Moving forward just a little further, we'll see that they're both sporting rubber hatches. Old Town Kayak has given us a little shock cord with a nice simple one-handed open clip to get at our hatch. Theirs opens quite nicely. It's got a really soft rubber on the inside, giving us a good seal. We've got drainage that's going to flow off quite easily. While we've got that hatch cover off, we can see the Skag box inside and how Dagger is running their cable. It's nice and protected so that way it's not rubbing on your gear. The Skag box is molded into the hull of the kayak. There's really nothing to be invasive, easy to pack around. Looking from this direction, we can see they've got a routed foam bulkhead inside. With it being routed, if there's a little impact or some expansion contraction, that's not going to affect your seal at all, giving you a long-lasting, good quality seal. We really like the Old Town hatch system. Moving over to the Dagger kayak, we can see that they have also a really solid, hard to get off and hard to put back on, but really good sealing, good gripping hatch cover built onto their kayaks. They also have a rotored out bulkhead that's sealed 360 all the way around, giving us the same deal that Old Town's giving us. One nice thing about these kayaks is you'll notice that their Skag cable is well coated. You don't see it anywhere. It's really neatly done, well put aside. And to put on the hatch cover from these guys, you start it from the one side and you lift up that rim and you work your way around. It's not altogether awful, really nice sealing. The Old Town hatch cover, just press it down and clip it on. We're ready to roll. Moving a little further forward, Dagger's given us a really nice little paddle park right here on the side of our kayak. You simply lift up, slide your paddle underneath, and lock it in. Really convenient if you're wanting to take a drink, reach out and grab onto somebody else's kayak. If you're talking and you need to use your hands, you got a nice steady place where you can rest your paddle. Dagger's upgraded their seat system, giving us the cool creek running through there with the topographical map. So it looks really great. They've matched it onto their thigh pads as well. And it's just a beautiful looking seat. Red top stitching, really looks great on their kayaks. Have a really nice height adjustable backrest. Simple to use. You lean forward, pull on the little tab here in front of the seat. To let it down, there's a little button right here, and all you do is just press down, and down she goes. Also on Dagger's seat, we have the adjustable leg lifters on either side. Just gonna cozy up that cockpit for you. It's gonna give a big kayak, a small kayak feel. So if you have multiple different sizes of paddlers wanting to be inside of a kayak, you just simply adjust that leg lifter, adjust your backrest to the height that you want. For the backrest tilt adjustment, we've got a little strap here behind with a simple backpack release, just like you'd have on the bottom of your backpack. You lift it up, now you've got a bit more recline, you pull the strap, it's going to give you a nice straight up feeling seat. Old Town has given us a classy looking seat. It's perforated, full of holes, going to allow air and moisture to travel through so that way you're not going to have numb spots on your body. They've got a really nice perch that backrest just holds itself up, but if you want it down, it pulls itself down quite nicely. shock cord on with a hook up on the front of the seat here. You can lock it down for transportation, so that way it's not blowing all over the place on the roof of your vehicle. Adjustable leg lifters, simple one pull handle, making it really easy. You're not going to sit on that, it's just easy access. On the backrest tilt, you pull on the strap and it's going to move you forward, or you press the button and move back, and now you're in a little more reclined position on either side. Old Town's also given us a height adjustment on our backrest. Not quite as easy to do while you're on the water, but boy, once you get it cozy to where you want it, it's darn nice, simple to use. So you move it up and down, get it to where you want it, then you just simply turn the disc, and now you're locked and ready. Old Town's given us a little knob here on the rim of our kayak, giving us a spot where we can set our kayak paddle. So we're going to put our paddle down, get a drink of water, snap a picture with our camera. It's got a nice little spot there that holds that paddle. It keeps it from just rolling back. It's just a little, just enough. As we move forward onto both of these kayaks, we start to notice some incredible differences. Dagger is starting to pack some features into their kayaks that the Old Town kayak just isn't keeping up on. First of all, we've got a good rim around our kayak, which is going to accept the accessory of a spray skirt or a cockpit cover, versus on the Old Town Sorrento, it's got a real high angled rim. It's not going to hold much of a skirt. The Old Town boat does have drainage, definitely a lot more in mind on their rim as well as on their hatch, but the Dagger kayak is kept in mind that we're going to use this boat possibly a little more. It has a lot shorter of a cockpit, where the Sorrento, a lot easier to get in and out of, so possibly for somebody wanting a little bit more of a recreational, a little bit more comfortable kayak, the Sorrento is going to be easier definitely for getting in and out. In front of the seat on the Dagger kayak, they've put in this hull stiffener with a tray, along with a foam flotation bar up in the front. That's going to give us a place to stick our dry bags, possibly any of our safety equipment, easy at hand, nice and quick to grab, as well as the flotation pillar up in the front on both the Old Town and the Dagger kayak is going to keep that boat, if it does ever submerge, floating nice and level, so that way you've got something to hold on to. Both boats have come equipped with really nice padded thigh braces. This foam is going well underneath the kayak, following that line, and it's nice and long for different lengths of legs, different size paddlers. Also moving forward on the Dagger kayak, they've given us this storage mesh pocket right here. It's just something that you can stick underneath your water bottle, your spray top, a ball cap, giving you a nice spot for keeping some gear tucked and safe. Easy adjustable slide track foot braces come equipped on the Dagger Axis kayaks. And they're also a really large, soft padded foot brace, so if you're going barefoot, you've got ample bracing that you can apply onto these foot braces. Great feature. Old Town has given us a little different foot brace system. Still really easy, you lift on the lever or else you pull on the strap. Really comfortable, large foot brace, good traction on there also for bare feet or else your footwear. Great foot brace system. And moving forward on the Old Town kayak, we've just got some simple bungee deck rigging here for stashing some gear. And then we've got our carrying handle. And something unique to the Old Town kayak is they've given us a drain plug up front. So if the boat's going to submerge, fill full of water, you've got that foam pillar giving you good stability and flotation on the water, but it's really easy to get that water out of this kayak. Great feature. The Dagger kayak has a little harder chine on the side of the hull. So it's got a shallow V and then a chine, which is kind of like a gear if you could think of it like that. It's going to really shorten the length of the kayak if you put this boat on its edge and then you do a hard arc stroke, the boat's just going to spin like crazy. But when you're on the flat, the boat's going to feel super relaxed and comfortable. Old Town's given us a little bit more of a rounded chine here, a little less of a V. So the kayak is going to transition on those spots just a lot smoother. But if you're not as experienced of a paddler, it might all of a sudden just surprise you. Both kayaks are coming fairly heavily rockered in the front, which means that it's got a banana shape to the boat, not from side to side, but from front to back. That's keeping these ends up out of the water. You'll see here on the Old Town kayak that we've got a little bit more of a sharp water entry right here, but don't let that fool you. This front of this boat is fairly well out of the water, so it's going to be able to pivot and be nice and sprightly if you're going to be paddling around on some creeks or even just on a slow, lazy moving river and you're going to want to follow some ducks. That boat is going to move right where you want it to go. Looking over here at the Dagger kayak, you'll notice it's a really full with almost a bit of a flare up here at the top of the deck. This kayak, if you come up to a wave, it's gonna just wanna float and bounce right up on top. Where this guy right here, having less of a flare or less of an edge right here, it's gonna lend to probably punching through that wave just a little bit more. Thanks for joining us today. We trust that this little segment has helped you see some of the great features. Both of these kayaks, both of these companies have been packing full into their kayaks. Looking forward to seeing you on the water. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.